What companies are really looking into these days in the office is creating more of a sense of place. It's not just about the number of desks in square meters, it's actually about creating a place where people want to come in, where they are happy to join their colleagues, where they feel appreciated, their values align with the company they work for. So really creating that sense of shared purpose when you come into a workplace. We've experienced in the last couple of years that we're actually doing really well at home, but the problem with that is that we are mainly focusing on our own effectiveness and our own projects. So what we want to do when we come into the workplace is actually add to that value that we create as a team. It's really important for the companies that they have this sense of belonging in their employees, because as a team, that's where we develop, that's where we innovate, that's where we come up with new ideas, that's where we solve problems. And that is much more difficult to do on your own at home. But for people to actually make that journey now and come into the office, it's so important that it's an attractive place where you actually want to be during your day. So that's what we're working with clients on now, creating that sense of belonging, that sense of place, and that sense of shared purpose. So how can we actually achieve this sense of belonging? Well, first of all, we can start looking at our actual human needs. How do we behave as human beings in the workplace? What are the needs and desires for us to do a really good job? And this is where we are working towards making the physical surroundings adapt to the human beings, rather than what we've seen, in our opinion, for too long, that human beings have to adapt to the way that the building is made and that it's very static. We want to create a lot more flexibility in the workplace. We want to make sure that when people go to work, they can find the places that they need during the day. They can find the places for contemplation and focus and concentration and quietness. And they can find the places for innovation and collaboration, socializing with their colleagues. All of this to help create that shared sense of belonging and purpose. So that's one type of flexibility, that you have a choice as a person. And also another type of flexibility is to make sure that the physical surroundings can adapt to the changing needs of the culture in the workplace, or the type of projects that you're doing, or the way that you work that might be changing. So we don't want to make things too static. We want to maintain that future flexibility in the things that we actually purchase when we redesign a company. So entering into a process of this change in the workplace can be quite a daunting task, and a lot of people would assume that it's also very costly. And it can be if you're entering into a full-scale transition or change. But a lot of things can be done just moving around some of the stuff that you already have. Maybe just adding a few new pieces, like more plants, new soft seating, something that's more tactile and can give that sense of change in how you perceive the surroundings that you're in. It's not all the same. So it doesn't really always have to cost a lot of money. The main purpose is to make sure that the people working for you can actually do their job in the best possible manner.